Hello everyone! In today's video, we're going to go over how to do the waffle stitch in crochet using US terms. In today's video, I was using this big twist yarn in the color cream, as well as a 4.5mm crochet hook and scissors to cut off my work, though this stitch would work with whatever size and corresponding hook that you may have. We're going to go ahead and get started with a slip knot, which you can do however is easiest for you. And then once we have our slip knot, what we're going to do is we're going to start by chaining in multiples of 3. So I'm going to start by chaining 21, but you would just want to chain as long as you'd want in order to get to around the desired length for your finished project, just making sure that it is a multiple of 3. And to chain, we're just going to yarn over and pull through the loop that's already on our hook. Again, that's yarn over and pull through the loop that's already on our hook. All right, that's 21 chains completed for me. And what we're actually going to do now that we have our chain that is a multiple of 3 is we're just going to add 4 additional chains. So I'm going to end up with 25 chains for my sample piece here. So again, that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now that my chain is totally completed, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the first row. So working into the 3rd chain from the hook, so we have this here, which is the chain that's on our hook, and then we have 1, 2, and 3. We're going to start by putting a double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into the chain, yarn over and pull up a loop. Now I have 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2 of those loops, yarn over, pull through 2. And then in the next chain, we're going to again put a double crochet. So that is yarn over, insert your hook into the chain, and pull up a loop through the chain, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're just going to put a double crochet into each of the remaining chains. And so I'll go ahead and do that and meet you at the end of my row. All right, so I have my last chain here that I'm going to be working into. So I'm going to again put a double crochet into that chain, yarn over, insert into the chain, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then in order to turn my work to get started on the next row, I'm going to go ahead and chain 2, 1 and 2. And now I'm ready to get started on row 2. Before we get started on the second row, I just want to take a closer look at the stitches that we're going to be working into. So you can see here we have what is the post of the stitch. It's this long part here. And you also have this part at the top, which is generally where you work your stitches into for the next row. So you would insert your hook in here depending on what kind of stitch you're doing, and then you have the 2 at top. So starting the first stitch of the second row here, we're going to do a normal double crochet into the top of the stitch right beneath us. So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook, and you see we have that 2 from the stitch that's right there. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop through the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. But then for the next 2 stitches, what we're going to be doing is we're not going to be working into the top part of the stitch, but we're actually going to be moving this post here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to insert my hook in here between the first post and the second post, and then I'm going to come up behind the post, pushing it forward, and now I'm going to yarn over, pull up that loop through the post there. So you can see I still have 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And what that's called is that is a front post double crochet. So I'm going to do it again here. For the next stitch, I'm going to be working that front post double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to insert my hook in here between the post that we just pushed forward and the next one. I'm going to pull my hook up through there, and then I'm going to take my yarn from the back, pull that through so that I'm pulling that post up as well. So I again have 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to finish with that yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now what I'm going to do, now that I've pulled 2 posts forward in a row, is this next stitch here, I'm going to work in the top again with just a normal double crochet. So again, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So for this row, we're going to always be doing 1 regular double crochet and then 2 in a row of the front post double crochets. So again, doing that together, I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to insert my hook in between the post of the stitch that I just worked into the top of, and I'm going to pull it behind this post that's the next stitch, yarn over, and pull up a loop through that space. Then I'm going to finish my double crochet like normal, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And I just did 1, so I have to do the second one here for this row. So I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to insert my hook between these 2 posts here, the one that I just pulled forward and the next post. And I'm going to come behind this post and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And I'm just going to continue doing this until I get near the end of the row. So we'll do a couple more together. We just did 2 front post double crochets. So now we need to do the regular double crochet into the top of the next stitch here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And now it's time again for 2 more front post double crochets. So I'm going to yarn over, insert between the posts, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and now I need to do another one, yarn over, insert between the posts and pull it behind the next post, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we'll do that one more time together. I need to now do the regular double crochet into the top of this next stitch here, yarn over, insert into that stitch, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And now it's time for the 2 front post double crochets, yarn over, insert between these 2 posts and come behind that second post, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then just this last one together here, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So if you want to meet me near the end of the row, and we can go over how to finish this row and turn our work. All right, so I have 2 stitches left for this second row here. So you can see these 2 posts are pulled forward. I just finished 2 front post double crochets. So now in the next stitch here, what I need to do is just a regular double crochet in the top here. So I'm going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And now with this 1 stitch left here, you can see I have the post from this, and this is the couple of chains that we skipped in order to do our first double crochets in the first row. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go between these 2 here, coming behind it. So I'm going to yarn over, insert between these 2 posts, and come between these extra chains and this post here. I'm going to pull up a loop and finish my double crochet as normal. And now in order to turn my work, I'm going to go ahead and chain 2, and I'm be ready to get started on the 3rd row here. So thinking about how on the other side we were pulling those front post double crochets forward. You can see when we're looking at it from this side, what we actually did in terms of this side is we pushed them back. So since I just pushed this last post back, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start this row by doing a double crochet right into the top of this stitch here. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And now it'll get easier the more rows that you do, but you can look to see, you see this one appears as if it is pushed forward. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to do a front post double crochet here. So yarn over, insert into this space here between these two posts, and come up behind this post, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And now we're going to do 2 regular double crochets, one in each of the next 2 stitches. So here's 1, and again into the top of the next stitch, here's 2. And for the next stitch, what we're going to do is again that front post double crochet. So coming between these 2 here, we're gonna pull our hook up and pull a loop through that post there and finish our double crochet as normal. And now we're going to do 2 regular double crochets, one into each of the next 2 stitches in the tops. So here's 1 double crochet, and here's the second. So unlike the previous row where you were doing 1 regular double crochet into the top and 2 front post double crochets, when you get to this row, what you're going to be doing is you're going to do 1 front post double crochet followed by 2 regular double crochets in the tops of the stitches beneath you. So we'll do that just a couple more times here. We just finished 2 regular double crochets, so the next one is going to need to be a front post double crochet. So yarn over, insert our hook between the posts and come up behind the second post, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And now we need to do 2 double crochets, one into the top of each of the next 2 stitches. So yarn over, insert into the top of the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then 1 more, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So if you want to go ahead and keep doing that until we get near the end once more, and we'll go over how to finish this row and turn our work once more. All right, so I have 3 stitches left for this row here. So I just did a front post double crochet, so the next 2 stitches have to each be a regular double crochet into the top there. So here's 1 of those, and here's number 2. And then what we see here is our last stitch that we're going to be working into. And since we just did the 2 regular double crochets, we're going to end with a front post double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to insert between these posts here, and I'm going to insert my hook here between the front post of the stitch I'm working into, and this is the chain 2 that we did in order to turn our work. So I'm going to pull up a hook through that front post, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then just like we did for the previous row, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to chain 2, and I'd be ready to get started on my next row. So what this pattern is it's actually just going to be those last 2 rows completed. So getting started on the next row, we're just going to follow what we did for row 2, and the row following that is going to be what we did for row 3, and so on until you get to your desired length. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually work up a few more rows so we can look at the texture of the stitch, and I'll go ahead and meet you there so we can look at that as well as go over how to end our project. I've worked up quite a few more rows of the waffle stitch here, And what we're looking at right now is actually what's going to be the back side of the project. So you can see, if we take a closer look here, what looks like two very long posts in a row in each row. So we have two, and then we have one that's going back. And so when you're looking at the stitch from this side, you know that what you're going to be doing is you're going to be doing the one single crochet in the top, followed by two front post double crochets, 1 and 2. And if we turn this over here, you can see the side that is going to be the front side of the project, the side that looks like the waffle. So you can see on this side, if you're looking at it, you're always going to be working one front post double crochet followed by 2 regular double crochets in the top here. So you can see how as you work more rows up, it's easier to see what you should be doing. And that's just something you always want to be, if you're looking at a post that's moved forward, you're always going to be wanting to go behind that and do the front post double crochet there. And vice versa, if you're looking at one that looks like it's sitting farther back, you're going to want to put your stitch in the top of that stitch there. So I especially like to do the waffle stitch in this color, though of course it looks really nice in whatever color that you're doing, but I do like to keep it to like a nice beige so that my finished project looks more like a waffle. So if you wanted to make something that like a waffle pillow or something like that, I would definitely recommend choosing a yarn color like this. I also want to point out that each row is going to start with you putting your stitch in the top, and it's always going to end with a front post double crochet, no matter if you're doing the side where you're looking at it like this, or if you're doing the side where it is 2 front posts, 1 regular one. So this is actually going to be my last row for this project here. So I finished with that front post double crochet here. And in order to end my project, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to chain 1, and I'm going to grab my scissors and cut off, pull up my hook, and pull tight. And you can knot there if you want to make sure that it's more secure, though that is personal preference. And all you'd have left to do is you'd have to weave in this end that we just did when we cut off our project, and also this over here, which is the excess from our slip knot. I would say as well, you can go ahead and you can end on either side if you want. If you want to end where you're looking at it on this side just after you finish this row or this row, I don't think it matters very much. It's up to personal preference as well. But this is our final project for the waffle stitch. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below, or if there are any other stitches or tutorials that you'd like to see in a future video. Thank you.